Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Racing. Minister, yesterday, following reports in the media, the community were rightly outraged at a social media video of two people giving an orphan Joey a cigarette. Aside from the fact that it appears that neither the man nor the woman in the video are adequately trained to look after orphan wildlife, I would hope that we can all agree that giving a Joey a cigarette is an act of animal cruelty, and that boasting about it on social media shows a lack of insight or care about the welfare of animals. I understand that the Department of Natural Resources and Environment is conducting an investigation into the video, the two individuals, and the treatment of wildlife in their care. However, Minister, it is also reported that the woman in the social media video is involved in the greyhound racing industry. As this woman apparently cares so little for our native wildlife, one can only imagine how she cares for greyhounds. As you claim to take the welfare of animals in the racing industry seriously, will you act and ask the Office of Racing Integrity to conduct its own investigation? If, as you say, there is no place for animal cruelty in the racing industry, then surely this cruel industry participant is bringing the racing industry into disrepute and ought to be banned from participating.
Honourable Minister for Racing.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I will start with some facts, which I think is probably a good place
which you'll read
to
out
commence.
in your prepared brief again.
Sorry,
Order.
I can't hear
Always
myself
reading.
speak, Mr Speaker. Now, we have had two significant reviews into animal welfare focus this year, being the review of the Racing Regulation Act and also the Animal Welfare Act Amendment Bill. And I will point out to the House that Ms Johnston has failed to provide a submission to either or both of them. I have continually asked Ms Johnston if she has animal welfare concerns, that she contacts me immediately with those concerns, because I do care about animal welfare.
You're such a fool.
I do care about animal welfare, and I am an animal lover, Mr
How much more notice
Speaker.
do you need?
Order.
There has been radio silence from Ms Johnston when these issues have come up. I have written to her on a number of occasions, in fact 3 letters, and I've received no replies.
You missed the point of
I have offered the independent member for Clark meetings with Tas Racing and the Director of Racing, but again, silence. Mr Speaker, during the Animal Welfare Act Amendment Bill, Ms Johnston, during her contribution, made allegations that the greyhound she had adopted was abused by the racing industry. But what has Ms Johnston done with those allegations? Has she reported them? Again, silence. I have been briefed that the Director of Racing has written to you also, Ms Johnston, in relation to your contribution in Parliament. Have you responded? Silence. And finally, a question to ponder for Ms Johnston. That whilst Mayor of Glenorchy, which happens to have the state's largest racing facility in its municipality, she appeared to have no issues with the racing industry, attending from time to time. I am aware, as we all are, because we all read the Mercury, of a short video. I have looked at it. It's very grainy and it's very difficult to tell what has gone on there. But I understand that the people in that video are underage. And I must draw the line at bringing children into this Parliament when there are investigations underway. So I will leave it at that, but I would encourage Ms Johnston to, the minute she has a concern, don't wait for Parliament. You don't have to wait for this forum. Come straight in. Come straight in, tell me, ring me, others do, you can too. And if you really care, pick up the phone.
Mr Speaker.
Honourable Leader of the Opposition.